But Prabhu, this is again like knowledge, right? So, and we discussed that sometimes knowledge doesn't help, right? So,
yes.
So what could be a practical way of implementing this in every day?
See, you cannot get into an action unless your intelligence is convinced. But in a conditioned nature, even if intelligence is convinced, ultimately he is dictated, dominated by mind. Therefore, mind is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita and Yoga Shastra. They never focus too much on intelligence, but they always focus on mind. Mind is the thing which is of thinking, feeling, and willing. To really make it work, we have to have a relationship, sense of feeling. We have to have some connection with somebody where if the person says, how I cannot follow it. Therefore, in Bhakti Marg, making progress becomes far much more easier, even for an individual working in an IT company, dealing with material life, day in, day out. Jnani cannot even dream about it. He has to give up everything because their progress depends on a lot of their own endeavors, their own tapasya. So how are we making progress, living in the city, moving around for conferences and doing all kind of thing? Yet Krishna says, Yogina api sarvesham and same Krishna saying, don't give up. Be there. Be part of the world. Don't quit the world, but become detached. And the answer is, all of us have taken to bhakti because we got influenced and inspired by somebody. Largely, it should be and it would have been Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada have said it, so I should not do it. No, it will be so uneasy. How can I still continue to live my life? Prabhupada said it. Of course, certain things which were little attachments, we could give it up. But because Prabhupada is not personally present in front of us, so when big attachment comes, it becomes difficult. But then we need a living guru. So a living guru comes into the picture, or mentor, or any senior Vaishnava, anyone for that reason, has to be senior relationship at Kanishta stage, at our stage. So when that relationship is there and that person says something and we have, so therefore, for us, it's extremely important to invest in a relationship with Vaishnavas. Let me put it this way, if you understand what I'm saying here. Imagine Anadi Anshuman Prabhu has become a senior congregation leader. Or let's say you're a preacher. You go around, give a lot of classes, and you meet a lot of students. You have a lot of students. But in all those students, you see there are a few handful of students who are quite obedient, quite attentive to what you say, and they're very quick in the sense they're responsible. Not that you have to do a follow-up of them. Maybe they're not IIT graduate, maybe they're not from city, maybe they're not from wealthy family, they're from some simple background, maybe not much educated, but they have this right attitude. Prabhu ne bola hai, karna hai. Kaise karna hai? Bilkul tan man se karna hai. Would you naturally pray for their progress, yes or no?
Yes.
Among the rest who may be intellectual class, might have memorized 700 verses, but they are still caught up in their mind. Maybe practicing far before then this new fellows came. Every day you'll pray for him. And now when you have to tell something to them, Prabhu ne kaha hai, mana nahi kar sakte. So we need to invest in a relationship. Therefore we need to become obedient. Therefore we need to have somebody under whose guidance we serve. And therefore Srila Rupa Goswami discussed that in NOI text number 4. We'll discuss that. We're kind of concluding that discussion of our morning sessions. When our NOI starts, we'll take a look at elaborately that, how, actually there are 8 instructions. Not 8 instructions, there are 7 instructions. 8th verse is the conclusion. Out of 7 instructions, 7th is about chanting. In the 6th instruction, there are 3 about self-improvement, and other 3 is about relationship with Vaishnavas. Very important concept. So I would say, to conclude this very important question here for all of us to think about, who is that devotee in our life where we really want to invest our time and energy to build a relationship, where we have a trust, where that devotee has won our trust, that where we know that the devotee is practicing nicely, is progressing nicely, and I would like to move forward along with him. So where we have that, and are we, there has to be some relationship. We have to have some senior relationship, some equal relationship, some junior relationship. Not necessarily you have to have all of it right now, But at least one relationship definitely should be there. Senior relationship should be very well documented. These are the seniors, and those seniors are not should be YouTube personalities. Please, it ain't gonna work because they don't know you. I'm not saying they're not effective. They are effective, no doubt. But just listening to YouTube lectures, Zoom lectures, there is no personal connect, there is no service. There has to be exchange of seva. So many times it happens, you travel somewhere, somebody would just come and say, Prabhuji, thank you so much, very much for your class. We are so inspired. But I mean, it has happened so many times. I don't know how to reciprocate to them. I don't know. I mean, okay, thank you, you are listening. I'm happy that I could serve you some way. That's the maximum I could say. I could never say anything beyond it. You know, maybe the person is listening, but I don't know anything about that person. And you may feel so emotionally connected to that person, and then you may ask some very personal question. What do you answer? I mean, how do I answer that? I don't know anything about that individual. So these are the means. Otherwise, why? Our parampara, I've been discussing about this family consciousness that we should have. Mother Medhavni, you can share the last 3 days, particularly day before yesterday and yesterday's NOI, those half an hour, 40 minutes discussion, which will further elaborate on what Anadi and Shivan Prabhu asked or what I'm kind of answering, give you clues on that. We all need to come and build up this family consciousness. ISKCON is my family, ours is ours. Or we are Srila Prabhupada's. And ISKCON is my family, ISKCON is my house. We need to have that. Vaishnavas are my family members. Of course, we are a big society, so we cannot identify with everyone. But do we have some Vaishnavas to whom we identify with? Prabhu, you are mine. And how do we say you are mine, Prabhu? I'll serve you. And through service, relationship develops. And when that happens, naturally you'll see Krishna doing a miracle in your heart. When you apply yourself in relationship, Narad the boy, what did he do first? He began to serve the Bhaktivedantas. And Krishna did miracle in his heart. He began to take the instruction of Bhaktivedantas very seriously. He didn't plan it. Read those sequence of verses. And it said, when you engage in the service of devotees, your heart gets naturally purified. It happened automatically. And from that relationship, you get the strength to overpower our conditioned mind and do the right thing. I am convinced on it. It ain't possible in today's day and time. Not possible. Very difficult. We're kind of living like a jnani. Our abilities, we can do it. But for how long? Text number 8, NOI. There also Krishna says, Rupa Goswami says, even after going to Vrindavan, take shelter of Anugami, Anuragi. Twice, Rupa Goswami says, take shelter of the devotees and under the direction and guidance of devotee continue to serve. At what point of time we become independent like that? So, so relationships is the thing. Strength of that relationship. Fine? Okay. Hare Krishna.
Very wonderfully explained.
Thank you. If you have agreed, so which means I'm in the right direction. When you have the blessings of seniors, which means you are in the right direction.